What if I told you that your morning energy doesn't begin in the morning? That's right. It doesn't come from your coffee or your green juice or the multivitamin you pop with breakfast. It starts the night before, with what's on your plate after the sun goes down. Most people, especially as they get older, focus all their energy on daytime eating. Smoothies, salads, low-sodium dinners. But the hours before bed, they're often treated as an afterthought, or worse, snack time. And my friend, that is a mistake, a missed opportunity, one that could be quietly stealing your sleep, your strength, and your clarity. And after 30 years walking alongside patients in their 60, 70, 80, and even 90, I can tell you this. The people who age with energy, with purpose, with dignity, they all have one quiet habit in common. They treat nighttime eating like a strategy, not a guilty pleasure. Today, we're diving into the 5 most powerful nighttime foods embraced by some of the longest living people on Earth. From Okinawa to Loma Linda, these aren't fads. They're ancient, science-backed tools that heal inflammation, protect the brain, preserve muscle, and most importantly, promote deep, restorative sleep. So if you've been waking up groggy, if your digestion feels off, if your brain feels foggy even after a full 8 hours, this might be the missing piece of your health puzzle. Let's reclaim the night and turn it into your body's greatest healing window. Let's start with food number 1. Nighttime food number 1, Greek yogurt with berries, the gut and muscle rebuilder. Picture this, a bowl of thick, creamy Greek yogurt swirled with juicy blueberries and raspberries. It might seem like dessert, but in the world of senior health, it's a prescription. Greek yogurt isn't just a tasty dairy snack, it's a nighttime repair tool. Packed with casein protein, it digests slowly, releasing amino acids gradually through the night. That slow release is a game changer. Why? Because after age 50, we begin losing muscle mass at a rate of up to 1% per year, a process called sarcopenia. And most seniors aren't getting the right kind of protein before sleep when the body naturally rebuilds and repairs. But Greek yogurt does more than build muscle. It's also a gut health warrior. As we age, our gut microbiome, the ecosystem of good bacteria, begins to shrink. That's bad news because gut health influences everything. Your immune system, brain, skin, and even your mood. Greek yogurt contains live probiotic cultures, especially strains like lactobacillus and bifidobacterium. These aren't just buzzwords. These microbes help digest food, regulate inflammation, and support the immune system functions that are crucial after 60. Want better sleep, better poops, and fewer colds? Start with your gut. And we haven't even talked about the topping, berries. Whether it's blueberries, raspberries, or blackberries, these colorful gems are loaded with anthocyanins, polyphenols, and other antioxidants that fight oxidative stress, the silent killer behind heart disease, cancer, and neurodegeneration. Berries also have a low glycemic load, which means they won't spike your blood sugar. That's a blessing for anyone with type 2 diabetes, insulin resistance, or poor sleep quality, all of which are aggravated by evening sugar spikes. Instead, the fiber in berries slows digestion, stabilizes blood sugar, and provides a gentle, satisfying sweetness, curbing dessert cravings without the crash. Let's not forget that vitamin C, quercetin, and other compounds in berries help reduce joint pain, improve circulation, and protect the brain. And paired with the calcium and magnesium from Greek yogurt, you've got a 1-2 punch for stronger bones and calmer nerves. How to eat it right. Choose plain, full-fat Greek yogurt. Avoid flavored ones loaded with sugar. Add half cup of fresh berries, blueberries, raspberries, or blackberries. Want more flavor? Add a sprinkle of cinnamon or chia seeds. Eat it about 1 hour before bed, not immediately before lying down. Nighttime food number 2, sweet potatoes, the sleep mineral powerhouse. Let me ask you something. Have you ever had a warm, soft, naturally sweet bite of roasted sweet potato and just felt calm? That's no coincidence. There's a biochemical reason behind that comfort. In longevity regions like Okinawa, where residents routinely live beyond 100 with clarity and strength, sweet potatoes aren't just food, they're foundational medicine. And here's the best part. You don't need to live on a Japanese island to benefit from their healing power. Just make them part of your evening routine. Why sweet potatoes are the unsung heroes of senior sleep. Sweet potatoes are rich in complex carbohydrates, which are slowly digested and absorbed, providing a steady stream of energy through the night. Unlike white rice or refined bread that can spike your blood sugar and crash your insulin and your sleep, sweet potatoes offer gentle, sustained fuel, the kind that helps you stay asleep longer and deeper. But what really sets them apart for nighttime use? Their incredible content of magnesium and potassium. Let's start with magnesium, often called nature's tranquilizer. It helps activate your parasympathetic nervous system, the system responsible for rest, digestion, and recovery. It supports GABA production in the brain, a neurotransmitter that literally slows down brain activity and promotes calmness. Now, consider this. Over 50% of Americans over 60 are deficient in magnesium. And the symptoms are eerily common: insomnia, restless legs, anxiety, muscle cramps, high blood pressure. Sound familiar? And here's where sweet potatoes shine. A 3/4 cup serving delivers enough magnesium and potassium to help relax your muscles, ease your nerves, and smooth out irregular heartbeats, all while satisfying your hunger and keeping your glucose levels stable. Let me tell you about George. George was 74. He came to see me because he kept waking up between 2 and 4 a.m. every night. He tried melatonin. He tried lavender oil. He even bought one of those $300 weighted blankets. Nothing worked. I looked at his diet: low carb, high protein, barely any complex carbs past 4 p.m. So I said, "George, I want you to do something different. Add half a sweet potato with your dinner and nothing processed after that." He was skeptical but agreed. A week later, he came back. "Doc," he said, "I slept like a baby, first time in years." Sometimes the most powerful remedies are the simplest and the most overlooked. Sweet potatoes versus refined carbs at night. Let's be clear, not all carbs are the enemy. The problem is refined carbs, white bread, crackers, sugary cereals. They spike insulin, inflame your system, and trigger a cascade of hormonal disruptions that wreck your sleep and accelerate aging. Sweet potatoes, on the other hand, have a low glycemic index, which means they digest slowly and keep your blood sugar steady, which is especially important if you're over 60, insulin resistant, or managing diabetes. Nighttime sweet potato protocol. Stick to half to 1 medium sweet potato, baked, boiled, or steamed. Avoid adding brown sugar or marshmallows. Use cinnamon, nutmeg, or a touch of coconut oil instead. Enjoy with dinner or about 2 hours before bed. If acid reflux is an issue, go for steamed or mashed. It's gentler on the stomach. Nighttime food number 3, walnuts and almonds. Nature's sleep switch and brain protectors. Let's talk about one of the most underrated secrets of healthy aging: nuts. Now, I know what you're thinking. Nuts? At night? It might sound counterintuitive. After all, aren't they high in fat? Don't they cause weight gain? That's one of the greatest nutrition myths still floating around. In truth, for aging adults, a small handful of walnuts or almonds before bed can be one of the smartest health decisions you make all day. Here's what's remarkable. Walnuts and almonds are dense packages of bioavailable nutrients, nature's own multivitamin. They don't just fill you up, they reprogram your body to repair, rest, and protect itself, especially when consumed at night. Both contain a unique cocktail of healthy fats, plant proteins, minerals, antioxidants, and sleep-enhancing compounds. And the beauty lies in how light they are on the stomach, making them ideal for seniors who can't handle heavier meals late in the day. Walnuts are especially rich in alpha-linolenic acid, Alabama A, a plant-based omega-3 that's been studied for its anti-inflammatory and neuroprotective effects. That matters because chronic inflammation is the invisible thread behind nearly every age-related disease, arthritis, heart disease, dementia, and even cancer. Almonds, on the other hand, are an abundant source of magnesium and tryptophan, 2 rock stars in the sleep world. Magnesium helps relax the nervous system, ease muscle tension, and quiet restless legs. Tryptophan is a precursor to serotonin and melatonin hormones that dictate how easily you fall asleep and how long you stay there. Together, they create a natural sedation effect without the grogginess of sleeping pills or the sugar crash of bedtime desserts. In the Mediterranean and Middle Eastern regions, you'll often find elders enjoying a few soaked almonds or cracked walnuts after dinner, not as dessert, but as a ritual. Something that eases digestion, calms the mind, and satisfies the body. In Ikaria, Greece, I met an 88-year-old beekeeper who swore by just 3 walnuts and a spoonful of honey before sleep. "I haven't had a nightmare in 30 years, he laughed. Was it the walnuts, the honey, the sunset walks? Probably all of it. But those simple natural choices form a protective rhythm that modern life has lost. Nighttime nut prescription. Portion size matters. 1 tablespoon of chopped walnuts and 6 to 10 almonds is enough. Soak almonds for better digestion if your teeth or gut are sensitive. Eat 30 to 60 minutes before bedtime, ideally with a calming herbal tea or plain water. Avoid salted, roasted, or flavored varieties. They're often packed with sodium and oils that interfere with sleep. Here's a fact most people don't know. Your brain shrinks slightly every night. It contracts to allow the lymphatic system to wash away toxins, a biological cleanup crew that resets your cognitive clarity. But this process is highly dependent on anti-inflammatory support, blood flow, and uninterrupted sleep. Enter walnuts and almonds. They improve cerebral blood flow, reduce oxidative stress, and fuel the brain with essential fats that keep neurons firing efficiently. And if you or a loved one is at risk for Alzheimer's or other forms of dementia, these foods aren't optional. They're frontline defenses, simple, accessible, and shockingly effective. Nighttime food number 4, leafy greens, the sleep mineral and detox superfood. Now, I know what you're thinking. Salad before bed? Really, Doc? Yes, really, but not just any salad. We're talking about lightly steamed, mineral-packed leafy greens that can do wonders for your sleep, your nervous system, and your body's natural overnight detox. For decades, leafy greens like spinach, kale, collard greens, Swiss chard, and beet greens have been promoted for their heart and bone health. But what many people don't realize, especially those over 60, is that these vegetables have powerful nighttime benefits that go far beyond digestion and vitamins. When eaten in the evening, especially in a warm, lightly cooked form, leafy greens do 3 incredibly important things for aging bodies: relax the muscles and nerves, support hormonal balance and sleep regulation, and activate liver and kidney detox processes during sleep. Let's break those down. 1. Muscle relaxation and nervous system support. Many of the world's healthiest seniors eat some form of greens with their dinner. Why? Because these vegetables are loaded with magnesium and calcium, 2 minerals that calm the nervous system and help the body transition from the go-go-go stress state to the healing state. You've probably heard me talk about magnesium before. It's involved in over 300 enzymatic reactions in the body, but one of its most critical roles? Activating GABA receptors in the brain. GABA is your brain's brake pedal. Without enough GABA, your mind races, your muscles twitch, and you lie awake staring at the ceiling. Now add calcium to the mix. Not only is it essential for bone strength, but it also helps convert tryptophan into melatonin, your body's natural sleep hormone. See how it all ties together? These are the natural chemical tools your body uses to power down at night, and they're packed into every forkful of leafy greens. 2. Hormone and sleep cycle regulation. Here's something you won't hear on television commercials. Most seniors struggle with melatonin production, and it's not just about age, it's about nutrient depletion. Greens like kale, spinach, and beet greens contain vitamin B6, folate, and magnesium, all of which contribute to the methylation process, a fancy term for the body's ability to create and regulate hormones, especially serotonin and melatonin. These hormones are essential for falling asleep, staying asleep, and waking up clear-headed. By giving your body the building blocks, you're not forcing sleep, you're allowing it. 3. Detox while you dream, the overnight cleansing crew. Your liver and kidneys do their best work at night. That's when your body clears out excess estrogen and toxins, processes cellular waste, and repairs oxidative damage from the day. Leafy greens support this critical function thanks to chlorophyll, which binds to heavy metals and toxins. Fiber, which sweeps out waste through the digestive tract. Vitamin K, which supports blood and bone health during repair. If you're not eliminating properly in the morning, or you feel puffy and bloated despite eating well, chances are your liver and gut need better support, and greens are nature's cleansing crew. Nighttime greens protocol. Choose steamed over raw. Cooking greens lightly breaks down oxalates and makes nutrients easier to absorb. Best greens to include spinach, Swiss chard, kale, beet greens, collards, mustard greens. Add olive oil or avocado oil. Healthy fats help absorb fat-soluble vitamins A, D, E, K. Portion: a half to 1 cup with dinner or 1 hour before bed as a light side. Nighttime food number 5. Cottage cheese with ground flaxseed, the silent nighttime healer. Let's take a moment to rethink your late-night cravings. What if, instead of reaching for cookies, crackers, or that harmless scoop of ice cream, you opted for a simple bowl of cottage cheese with a spoonful of ground flaxseed? It might not sound like the most exciting option, but let me tell you something. In my 30 years of clinical practice, this combination has quietly become one of the most effective nighttime interventions I recommend for seniors. Why? Because it does 3 incredible things while you sleep: preserves muscle mass, supports hormone balance, and enhances restorative sleep. The muscle-saving power of casein. Cottage cheese is one of the richest natural sources of casein protein, a slow-digesting protein that releases amino acids gradually throughout the night. Let me repeat that. This protein doesn't just fuel you now, it fuels you while you sleep, which is when your body does the bulk of its muscle repair and regeneration. This matters enormously for older adults because of a condition called sarcopenia, the natural muscle wasting that begins after age 50 and accelerates in the 60 and 70. It's the silent thief behind weak legs, falls, fatigue, and reduced metabolism. Cottage cheese. Thanks to its casein content and its high concentration of leucine, a critical muscle repair amino acid, is one of the best defenses against this process. And when taken before bed, it feeds your muscles all night long. A former tennis coach I treated, Coach Rick, was 72 and had started noticing his endurance drop, even though he was active and health conscious. Blood work showed mild muscle loss and borderline low testosterone. He wasn't eating much protein at dinner, let alone before bed. We introduced a small bowl of cottage cheese with a teaspoon of ground flaxseed into his evening routine. Within 8 weeks, he felt stronger, less sore after games, and was sleeping more soundly. His words, "Doc, I wake up feeling like I've actually recovered." Now let's talk flaxseed, the hormone whisperer. Ground flaxseed is one of the most underrated superfoods, especially for people over 60. Why? Because it's the richest plant source of lignans, natural compounds that help balance hormones, particularly estrogen and testosterone. This is crucial for both men and postmenopausal women who often experience disrupted hormone rhythms that interfere with sleep, mood, and energy. Flaxseed also provides omega-3 fatty acids, powerful anti-inflammatory tools for your brain and joints. Soluble fiber helps regulate digestion, feed healthy gut bacteria, and prevent overnight glucose spikes. Antioxidants protect your cells while you sleep. And paired with cottage cheese, it turns a humble dish into a therapeutic bedtime formula. There's another trick up this combo's sleeve: tryptophan. Cottage cheese is high in this amino acid, which your brain uses to make serotonin and melatonin. When you combine it with a modest amount of healthy fat, like from flaxseed, tryptophan is more effectively transported into the brain. That means better sleep initiation, fewer nighttime awakenings, and a more consistent sleep-wake rhythm. And let's not forget, serotonin isn't just for sleep, it's your feel-good neurotransmitter. So this evening snack can help regulate your mood, ease anxiety, and even reduce nighttime stress eating. How to do it right? Use half cup of organic, full-fat cottage cheese, plain, not flavored. Add 1 teaspoon of ground flaxseed, always ground for absorption. Optional, sprinkle with cinnamon or a few sliced berries for taste. Eat it 1-to-1 and half hours before bed. Pair with herbal tea if desired, like rooibos or chamomile. For women, a special note: flaxseed has been shown in studies to reduce hot flashes, improve sleep quality, and even help with menopausal symptoms like mood swings and night sweats. It works gently by mimicking estrogen in the body, not replacing it, but balancing it. For postmenopausal women, this combination can be a quiet game changer. And for men, don't skip this either. Men often shy away from flax because of the word estrogen, but here's the truth. Flax doesn't raise estrogen in men, it actually supports healthy testosterone levels by reducing inflammation and improving insulin sensitivity, 2 critical factors for hormone regulation. Plus, flaxseed has been linked to reduced prostate enlargement, BPH, and fewer nighttime bathroom trips. So yes, gentlemen, this one's for you too. If you skip protein and fat in the evening, especially after age 60, here's what can happen. You wake up stiff and weak, muscles starved overnight. Your blood sugar crashes at 3 a.m., cue the wake-up call. You feel hungry before bed and crave sweets? Hello, late night snacking. Your body breaks down muscle for fuel, accelerated aging. This isn't theory, it's biology, and it's preventable with something as simple as cottage cheese and flax. This isn't about weight loss, it's about aging with vitality. Every bite of this protein, fat, fiber combo tells your body, we're not in starvation mode, we're in repair mode. That message is priceless because your body listens. It rebuilds muscle, it balances your hormones, it calms your nervous system, and it prepares you, not just for tomorrow morning, but for the years ahead. So there you have it, 5 simple, powerful foods that do more than just fill your belly before bed. They fuel your muscles, soothe your joints, calm your nerves, rebuild your cells, and help clear the brain fog that's been quietly building over time. These aren't magic pills, they're nature's prescriptions. Quiet rituals that help turn the most overlooked part of your day, your nighttime, into your body's most healing window. And the best part? They're not expensive, they're not complicated, and you don't need a prescription. All you need is a little awareness, a little intention, and a willingness to treat your body like it still matters. Because it does. It always has. If you've been struggling with pain, fatigue, insomnia, or just feeling like your health isn't what it used to be, please hear me when I say this. Your body hasn't given up on you. It still wants to heal. It still wants to thrive. It just needs the right tools at the right time. And that time? It begins tonight. Start small. Pick just one food and begin the ritual of reclaiming your rest, your energy, and your long-term vitality. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these nighttime foods are you excited to try first? Have you experienced a difference from changing what you eat in the evening? Drop your stories in the comments. I read every single one. And if this video brought you clarity, hope, or even just a nudge in the right direction, hit that subscribe button, like this video, and share it with someone over 60 who deserves better sleep and a better tomorrow. Because sometimes, all it takes is one small habit at night to wake up to a completely different life. This is Senior Health After 50, wishing you deep rest and even deeper healing.